What is up, everybody? I am your host, the WWE pay-per-view champion, the hot commodity Ant C, and you're checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast Attitude Years recap series. And I'm coming to you live, giving you a recap of WWE Raw is War from August 17th, 1998 in Des Moines, Iowa. We are on the road to SummerSlam. We are on the highway to hell. Let's get started. We've been a couple months since I came to you guys with the Attitude Year, so let's get right into it. Stone Cold Steve Austin tries to bust into Vince McMahon's office, and Stone Cold tells Vince to meet him in the ring. We get the intro video for the show for Raw's War. Stone Cold comes out. Stone Cold says, "I will be drinking 23 beers while I wait for Vince McMahon." Vince, Sergeant Slaughter, and Pat Patterson and Gerald Briscoe come out on the ramp. Stone Cold thinks Vince is happy he's not tag team champion anymore, but Stone Cold doesn't care because he doesn't trust anybody. Stone Cold said he's going to stuff Undertaker in a hearse, and if Vince gets in his way, all three will go on a highway to hell. So Undertaker has a very foreboding message. Undertaker, lost the tag team titles last week. Stone Cold Steve Austin thinks it's a conspiracy, and he's basically making a threat to Vince. If you get in my way, your ass is done. I'm excited to see how that all plays out. We then get our first ever triple threat match here on Raw's War. We have Dan the Beast Severn defeating Owen Hart and the world's most dangerous man, King of the Ring, Ken Shamrock, after Dan Severn choked out Shamrock. After the match, Dan Severn continues to have the chokehold on Shamrock, and Owen attacks Shamrock along with Dan until Steve Blackman makes the save, but is attacked as well. But then Shamrock awakes and attacks Dan Severn and Owen Hart. This is a weird union here between Owen Hart and Dan Severn. He pretty much beat both men up last week. So to see Dan Severn align with Owen Hart, it does make sense since Ken Shamrock and Dan Severn were both in the UFC. They have their own issues in the past, but it's interesting to see that happen. We get a brawl for all match between Bart Gunn and the Godfather. During the match, though, something important happens. This episode of Monday Night of Raw's War was going ahead against Bill Clinton's State of the Union address. So to get ahead of it, WWE did a special promo where Bill Clinton was going to call in during the episode. Bill Clinton was the United States president at the time. He had an affair with his intern, Monica Lewinsky, in the Oval Office. And he lied at first and said he didn't have an affair, but then he eventually came out saying he did. So during the match, Jerry King Lawler is supposedly talking to Bill Clinton, and Bill says, "Hose will make good intern." So, it's just good back and forth here. Brawl, I'm not a big fan of it. Bart Gunn wins. It's a surprise to see Godfather get knocked out because he's the big, huge dude, but Bart Gunn keeps on killing it. Backstage, you see Ken Shamrock and Steve Blackman snapping. They're looking for Owen Hart and Dan Severn. Owen is going to be trained by Dan Severn at SummerSlam for the special Lions Dens match between Ken Shamrock and Owen Hart. That's going to be interesting. We now get the debut of the Vampire Gangrel. He defeats Too Sexy Brian Christopher with Scott Taylor after an Impaler DDT. During the match, Edge was sitting in a chair watching. This was an interesting debut from Gangrel because, it's an interesting character. He's spitting out blood. You don't really know what's going on right now. And the fact that Edge is in the crowd adds an interesting element to it. We then see DOA with Paul Ellering to defeat the team of Scorpio and Farouk. During the match, the DX and the Nation brawl at ringside. April rolls up Scorpio after the twin switch. So the Nation and DX brawling caused a distraction in this match. I didn't really care for this match again, just basic teams being brought on Raw. This match was entertaining. The street fight, we have the Nation fighting DX to a no contest after Southern Justice and Jeff Jarrett attack. The Rock then hits Triple H with the title belt and leaves. So the Nation, with the help of Jeff Jarrett and Southern Justice, get the upper hand on DX and leave them laying. I'm excited for what's to come. We then have Tiger Ali Singh in the ring, and he basically says he's going to pay an American $500 to lick Abu's dirty toes. An American woman does it. Bros, count me out. Time for the ladies. Woohoo! We have an arm wrestling contest. Sable fights Jacqueline to a no contest. After Jacqueline pushes the table onto Sable's chest and breaks the trophy, the bikini contest trophy, over Sable's back. Sable is in a lot of hurt. She got challenged to a mixed tag match at SummerSlam. What is going to happen? we get a cool Droz' World promo, which is a promo about Droz, kind of giving you sort of the real world. Like at the time was killing MTV, so they were going to do a reality style promo for Droz here. Bradshaw defeats Droz in the Brawl for All match. Again, nothing really important. Al Snow is in a tavern and says that Head can't control his liquor and don't let him drink anymore. Al Snow is crazy, but he's coming back to the WWE, so be excited for that. We get a promo from Dustin Rhodes about not poisoning our minds, and Dustin continues this promo by saying he is coming back. Who is he? Is it God? Who is it? We then see, I just mentioned earlier, Jacqueline and Marvelous Mark Miro. They challenge Sable to a mixed tag match at SummerSlam. Who will Sable's partner be? We then got our main event, which is a gauntlet match. Kaientai defeat Val Venis after Taka Michinoku nails the Michinoku driver on Val. After Yamaguchi-san's wife slaps Val until Val gets a super soaker, and boys and girls, parents, put your kids to bed, supposedly has his sperm in it, and he sprays it all over Mrs. Yamaguchi-san, who, Jerry Law is getting a lot of references about a lot of little Val's spewing everywhere. Very dirty stuff here, but Kaientai get the win. But Val Venis definitely gets the upper hand. So Kane comes out, and he's Stone Cold Steve Austin in the ring, and Kane's dressed up like the Undertaker. He has the Kane mask on, but he has all the Undertaker's tattoos magically, and he's wearing Undertaker's costume. They fight, and then Austin tosses Kane inside the hearse. However, when Austin goes to the front to open the door, Undertaker is seen in the hearse. Why was that really Kane, or was that Undertaker pretending to be Kane? How did Undertaker get in the front of the hearse so quickly? How did Kane disappear? What is going on? What is the conspiracy? We have a lot to talk about next week. We will be back with our next episode of Raw is War. It's going to be really good. Let me tell you really quick. So, a lot of good stuff here. Exciting news. This is a great edition of Monday Night Raw, and we will see you next week. Stay tuned.